Welcome back, folks, to Let's Play Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney. I'm SamuraiT-X and I'm Sword Snake. And well, in the last video we were really hanging on a tight thread because, well, we tried to prove that there was a second shot fired, and then, well, Von Karma said the bullet doesn't exist, and then we were just about to lose because, well, the guilty verdict was about to happen. Then we objected, and then Mia's ghost guided us to say that there was a second bullet, you know, in the murder. So we've gone with it and we've come up with a possibility, and then the judge says we need to ask for the pressing need for the murderer to search for the bullet. So I do know what I'm gonna pick. I'm gonna pick the murderer didn't need it because, well, if he just straight up shot someone, he would have just walked off, you know what I mean? So yeah, and sorry I started in the beginning and went a bit quiet when I was trying to think. I was trying to think of what to say, and well, it just didn't come out. So yeah, sorry for that small delay. Why would the murderer have spent the time to look for that stray bullet? I haven't got a clue. What's wrong, Mr. Wright? Bah! The murderer had no reason to take that bullet. You don't want to admit it, but it's true. Had to take it. Had to take it? Murderer? What does that mean? You're thinking too normal. Think crazy. Don't think why the bullet was taken. Think why the bullet had to be taken. Well, Ghost Mia has arrived again. And sorry, my ghostly voice kind of sucks with women. Mr. Wright. Yes, Your Honor? I have no idea what I'm doing. Well, the murderer had no intentions of taking the bullet from the scene. But, the murderer had to take that bullet. Had to, Mr. Wright? What do you mean? Well, for instance... For instance what? Maybe the bullet, hit the murderer? The bullet hit the murderer? Just saying, for instance. I mean, if it hit you, you would have to take it with you, wouldn't you? It's not like you could perform surgery right there. Good point. You know? Huh. Wait a second. I was just talking off the top of my head, but what if that's what really happened? Let me get this straight. So at the time of the murderer himself was shot, and he left the second bullet still inside, thus leaving only one bullet at the scene of the crime? Yes. I guess that's how it would work, yes. But there's a problem with that. The other two people rescued from that elevator, Miles Edriff and Yanni Yogi, were both unharmed. So that would mean... the murderer came from outside, yes. And he's doing that with a cheesy grin too. The two men fight inside the elevator. Trying to stop them, the boy picks up the pistol at his feet and throws it. The pistol discharges and the bullet goes through the elevator door and hits the murderer outside. The boy loses consciousness. Then the murderer opens the elevator door and sees the men inside. Mr. Wright, you are truly the most unpredictable defense attorney I have ever known. I can tell you're grasping, yet I cannot deny the possibility of what you say. What are you saying? Deny it! Deny it! No one involved in the incident was wounded. There was no murderer. No one was wounded at the time of the incident. He's right. I can't think of anyone. Hey, Nick. Huh? I just thought of something really crazy. Crazy? Well, Maya, you've not really come up with ideas as much in this trial, but you have and haven't at the same time. But, you know, I'm all ears and so is the viewers. Speak. Remember what Mr. Grossberg said yesterday? Yes, I do actually. Not gonna read this because, well, we're gonna, I've already read it and I'm just gonna make it read slow so that you can actually read it again. Right. What if Von Karma didn't take that vacation because of shock? But took it because he was injured. Oh man. Which would mean it could be only one thing. It could only mean one thing. He was the murderer in the DL6 incident. He was the man who shot Gregory Edgeworth. It was Von Karma. Oh man. Plot twist after plot twist after plot twist. But yes, Von Karma actually does have a motive the more you think about it. He really does have a motive. Something wrong, Mr. Wright? You seem dazed. No, Your Honor. Well, you have indicated the possibility that the murderer came from outside. Can you give us the name of your suspect? Uh-oh. Should I come out and say it right now? Well, this is the final video of this final case, so we are gonna say it now. Because forget the suspense, we want to say it now. Your Honor, there is one suspect, one lone suspect. Well, this is certainly interesting news. Very well, Mr. Wright. Who is your suspect? My hands are shaking. What? Table smash. Von Karma! Von Karma? Oh wow. You mean the Von Karma? The prosecutor sitting right there? Blah. You don't object? I see no need. Why honor this ridiculous outburst with my objection? Table smash. Because you took a vacation for several months starting the day after the incident. Yet you pride yourself on a perfect record. Why would you take such a long vacation without any reason? So you're claiming that I took a vacation to heal my injury from this incident? Fascinating. Prove it. I wouldn't have needed surgery, no? Where did I go under the knife at, Mr. Wright? Bring the doctor that operated on me. Have him testify. Nick, let's find out who his doctor is. It's no use. Edgeworth. I know Von Karma. Perhaps too well. He's perfect. He wouldn't leave clues. He probably didn't undergo surgery. That would leave a doctor as a witness. Nobody's that perfect. So what? So what, Nick? Did Von Karma pull the bullet out by himself? That's insane. No, he couldn't have. You can't just pull bullets out by yourself. Unless you're Wolverine, bub. Wait. What does that mean? That bullet has to be somewhere. But where? Well, Mr. Wright, can you produce evidence that I was shot? We can actually. We can. Yes, we can. We have evidence. Alright, Von Karma. I'll prove it. And I'll even use this evidence. I know how much you like it so much. What? The evidence that proves Von Karma was shot is, well, if Von Karma didn't have surgery and we're claiming that the bullet is left inside him, good old Detective Gumshoe left us this metal detector. Perhaps we can use it to detect it, the bullet, see if it's in Von Karma still. So let's present it. Von Karma is perfect. He wouldn't risk surgery leaving an evidence trail. So then I ask, where's that bullet now? I think it unlikely that Von Karma performed surgery on himself. Huh? You don't mean? I do. There is a possibility that the bullet is still inside Von Karma. Is that even possible for all these years? Well, there's one way to find out. We could use this metal detector. Well, Von Karma, I'm gonna run this over you and see what we find. Oh wow, look at his animation. Look at his sprite, it's changed. He's even sweating bullets now. He's feeling the pressure. I refuse! You refuse? But refusing this means you acknowledge that the bullet is still inside you? Oh man. We're not backing away. Order. Table smash. Your Honor, the defense requests that we be allowed to use the metal detector. Judge, I call for suspension of this trial. This is an invasion of privacy. The statute of limitations runs out in this case today. It was you who said we had to end it right here, right now. Enough. I permit the use of the metal detector. Mr. Von Karma, you submit yourself to testing. Nick, what does this mean? I don't know, but we have to give it a shot. Oh my goodness. The bullet is inside him. Oh, the metal detector detected that very quickly. It reacted. Something's inside his right shoulder. The bullet. Huh. Mr. Von Karma? You. It was you. I was afraid this would happen, and so I remained silent. Huh? Indeed, there was a bullet in my shoulder. However, it has nothing to do with this incident. What? I was shot in the shoulder long before the DL6 incident. I claim that bullet in my shoulder has no relation with the DL6. But Mr. Von Karma, can you prove that? Prove? I have no obligation to prove anything. It is you who must prove something here, Mr. Wright, not I. Mr. Wright? Well, can you prove it? Can you prove that the bullet inside Von Karma's shoulder was from the DL6? Of course he can't. You don't have any DL6 evidence. That's because you took it out of the records room yesterday. With no proof, you cannot convict me of any crime. So sorry, Mr. Wright. No, I'm the one who's sorry, Mr. Von Karma. What? You were close, one day away from freedom. You see, I have proof. What? Who would have thought you would have dug your own grave to try and convict Edgeworth? I can link that bullet in your shoulder to the DL6 incident. And here's my final proof. He's sweating bullets. And speaking of sweating bullets, no pun intended, we have evidence. Von Karma thought he took it all, but thanks to my FA, this bullet right here, the DL6 bullet from Gregory Edgeworth's heart, is going to be the final evidence we present. So, here we go. That's a bullet. Where did you get that? This is the bullet used in the DL6 incident. This was taken from the heart of the victim, Mr. Gregory Edgeworth. The bullet is preserved quite nicely with all ballistic markings intact. Ballistic markings. You may recall the term. It came up in the first trial 2 days ago. And the judge is going to explain it, so I'm not going to read it again. But I will make you read it yourselves. But it seems this is the tail end. That was our final evidence we presented, actually. Because it said the final proof. So we're using the DL6 bullet. I think that is the final proof in this game. In this case, should I say, not game. Case, game, it doesn't matter. We have 2 bullets in our possession. One, the bullet removed from Gregory Edgeworth's heart. The other, Mr. Von Karma, is the bullet buried in your shoulder. We could analyze both bullets. Then if the markings matched, we would know that both bullets had been fired from the same gun. The very same pistol. In other words, the murder weapon that killed Gregory Edgeworth. Mr. Von Karma, you will let us remove that bullet from your shoulder. Then you will compare the ballistic markings to those on the this bullet. And solve this case once and for all. Well, Mr. Von Karma? Okay, that's enough screaming. That scream. I've heard that scream before. Wait, I know. Right, Snake, do you want to read this again?
Sure, for one last time.
Help! I can't breathe!
Quiet. I said quiet. You're not making this any easier.
Stop breathing my air! I'll stop you! Stop breathing my air!
Get away! Get away from my father!
Oh man, it's that scream I heard in the elevator. 15 years ago. Von Karma, it was you who screamed! Mr. Von Karma! Edgeworth! Edgeworth! Only you would dare defy me! So, it was you. You and your father! Oh my gosh! Your father shamed me with a penalty on my record! And you left a scar on my shoulder that would never fade! I'll bury you! I'll bury you with my bare hands! Death! Death! 15 years earlier. Mr. Chief Prosecutor, I am sorry.
Von Karma, it is not like you to make this kind of error. I would never have thought that Edgeworth would be the one to catch you.
I was careless.
I'm sorry, but you have to be penalized. I've covered for you in the past, but not this time.
Huh? Edgeworth! It was a shock that I had ever known. Me? Penalized? It took hours for me to regain my composure. Suddenly I found myself in the darkness. I was in the court records room. I must have wandered in there thinking where I was going. The room was pitch black. The lights must have gone out. I went in the hall and felt my way to the elevator. I pressed a button and nothing happened. Then there was a noise. I was in pain, a horrible burning pain in my shoulder. Just then, the lights came back on, the elevator door opened before my eyes. I saw 3 people inside, all lying unconscious from oxygen deprivation. Much to my surprise, the pistol fell at my feet. I knew then it was my destiny. In his last moments, Gregory Edgeworth was still unconscious. He died never knowing who had shot him. Later he spoke for a medium blaming Mr. Yogi. He was fooled. It was a perfect crime. And he's still got that evil... he's still got that evil smile. Who would have thought another man would have come to open that elevator door? Judge! What? What are you doing? Do your job. Bring an end to this miserable charade. Now, end it! Very well. Wow. My oh my, what a bastard he is. It appears that we have come to a very long way to the end of this maze. 15 years later. Mr. Miles Edgeworth? Yes, Your Honor. You were innocent. You are innocent. As you said, it was all a nightmare. Yes, Your Honor. This court finds the defendant, Mr. Miles Edgeworth, not guilty! Victory! Confetti in the courtroom! Yes! Ha ha ha! That is all. Court is adjourned. And this is where I'm going to call it a video and make the rest of this video, separate video, because this has gone 22 minutes. So, when we come back, folks, the finale of Case 4. Until then, thanks for watching. Catch you guys later. See ya.